War Games 2000 is probably my favorite episode at that time.
War Games 2000 is my favorite episode for a lot of reasons.
And we did something a little different there. We taped it in my basement. I had a lot of friends in town. We sort of planned like a friend's vacation, and a lot of my friends from around the country, my wrestling friends, came and spent the weekend with me.
I was also there.
And Tony called and was just looking to get out of the house with Lois, and just on a whim decided to come over and tape the podcast.
Tony wasn't even supposed to be there. Conrad was going to tape via Skype. But I think what happened is that when Tony heard we were all over there, he made the drive. And it's like, I think a 4-hour drive or a 5-hour drive. And we were all really excited he was coming.
So when Tony showed up, boy, everything got real. And we had a great time. But I found myself more playing to the audience and looking for the cheap pops and to make them laugh.
So before the incident happened, Conrad and Tony, and especially Conrad, was on fire. And to clear something up, Conrad was drunk. Nope, he was sober, stone cold sober. And he was hilarious.
And that sort of split our audience a little bit, because there was the one hand who wanted just the facts, ma'am, and they were disappointed. And the other side who realized, hey, they're trying to have fun. And it is pretty funny. And they got it.
That first half is definitely the best listen of a podcast I've ever heard.
So if you were in that latter group, you thought War Games 2000 was great. But if you were really serious about your pro wrestling details from 2000, that's probably not the show for you. Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Are you familiar with this?
No, I'm not. How can you say they make terrible music? I can't. I never did listen to their music, so I don't.
Well, let me ask you a question, and this is a real question. Fucking magnets, how do they work?
Fucking magnets?
That's a song from the St. Cloud Posse. Fucking magnets, how do they work? So here's the irony, I think.
Oh, God.
The clowns are allowed to wear face paint, but the two guys who sold millions of dollars in merchandise, Rey Mysterio and Juventud Guerrera, whose livelihood was based around the mask, and it's such a rich part of their heritage and tradition in wrestling. WCW's like, no, we got to see these fucking guys' face. Hey, you guys are going to work these clown rappers. What the fuck is this?
The Beverly Hillbillies.
The graphics are sponsored by PowerPoint. Look at this. MS Paint is who did this Fall Brawl graphic. Now, this is an interesting time in WCW. Hey, so we see Kevin Nash here, and he takes his watch off and puts it in his pants pocket. Is that not a tell that some shit's about to go down?
Yeah, that a bump is going to happen.
It feels like he would have taken that off in the back.
Exactly.
But, I don't know that Nash could give one shit less here. He's wearing a tank top. He's got a baseball hat. He's got on basketball pants. Yeah. I don't think I would ever see Kevin Nash on Raw dressed like this. Would you agree with that? Hey, let me ask you, what was your favorite triple cage match with Thesz? George Hackenschmidt, was one of the most well-rounded wrestlers of all time. And I wonder how many triple cage matches he worked.
Exactly. I have no idea. And I never seen Thesz come in with neon highlights either.
I know when I think about dangerous weapons I'd want to hit with someone, an aluminum trash can and a guitar are the first thing.
I know.
Like if somebody broke in my house, we're taping this at the Conradison, if somebody broke in right now, I'd be like, Coon, get the guitar. Dan, grab the aluminum trash can. Where are the fucking handcuffs? That's right. An introduction of the people at the desk, and let me just tell you, on the left is Powder, Jeremy Borash. And on the right is the sexiest big man. That popped the crowd here.
Yeah, it did.
Can I give you a compliment right now?
Yeah.
You're a damn good-looking man right there.
Thank you very much.
I saw that guy the other day when I was watching this. I was like, that's not the guy I know.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I don't know what happened.
I do know what happened. Yeah. I got old and fat, motherfucker. That happened.
Did a Krispy Kreme move near you? Like, what happened? Okay. Did you do overtime on that Eclipse donut, or what the fuck happened? And I'm a fat guy. I'm allowed to say this.
I know you are.
But this Tony Schiavone ate that Tony Schiavone.
Yeah, just wait.
And this one grew a beard.
Just wait till you get my age.
And quit cutting his hair.
Okay. Yeah.
So we've got two Nazis out here.
Who in the hell are these guys? They look like two Horace Hogans to me.
They're attacking Chronic and hitting him in the head with sugar glass. Okay. Here's what's so offensive to me.
Okay.
They have their SS tattoos in plain view. How am I from Alabama and I'm fucking offended? I don't even know a Jewish person.
Well,
let's talk
the
about
great
what's going
fucking
on.
Muda in this angle.
So we've got Vampiro, the Great Muda, and Sting. And this feels like Vince Russo saying, hey, who has fucking face paint? Put them all in the ring. God damn it, I forgot about ICP. This could have been a 5-way. Like,
The green mist in the eyes.
how would you describe green mist in the eyes?
What, on the match?
Never mind. Fuck this. You keep going with your story.
My story is that they okay, is this a 1, 2, 3, 1?
Well, why
2,
wouldn't it be?
3, okay.
Now, these guys had a pay-per-view feud where they threw each other off buildings and set each other on fire and battled in graveyards. But now we got a reverse DDT in 19 seconds. Fucking
Right.
match over.
Exactly.
It turns out you can set him on fire, but if you spit that green mist in his face, it's fucking too late. And there are the clowns, as predicted.
That's right.
Let's get everybody with fucking white face paint out there. It'll be awesome. And then afterwards, they do a quick promo and explanation as to why that would happen. Do you remember what he said?
Yeah, he said you got to be prepared for things like this.
Well, specifically, Suckers Gots to Know.
Okay, Suckers got to know.
And I want Suckers Gots to Know to be our next T-shirt at ProWrestlingTees.com.
I don't, because I know Stevie Ray would come after my ass for some money.
Well,
for
we'll
that.
cut him in on that.
Okay.
I just think it would be cool if we said Mondays at 6 a.m. Suckers Gots to Know.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I like it too.
And his brother robbed a Wendy's. So these are two bad fucking dudes. You know what I mean?
Have you checked with Booker T since the what's been going on in Houston?
Booker T is good.
He's good?
He's really good friends with Bruce Pritchard, as you know,
Yeah.
and he's safe. And considering a run for mayor, and considering the shit show they've had recently,
Yeah.
he
I'd
may.
vote for him.
If Mattress Mac runs, he wins in a runaway.
Right.
But if he doesn't, then Suckers Gots to Know they should vote for Booker T. Now, can you dig
Don't
that?
hate the player. Hate
the
game.
mayor.
No.
Why weren't the Harris twins programmed against Goldberg? Considering their SS tattoos, it feels like a natural fit, does it not?
Yes, it does. It feels like a natural.
We know that the hero would have prevailed.
Right.
I mean, Goldberg would have smashed them at the same
of course
time.
He would have. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would have been great.
Absolutely.
That's Kaz Hayashi and Jimmy Wang Yang and
whatever they are.
Jamie Noble in a mask. How
Jamie
about
Noble.
that?
Good job, Matt. Okay, Matt knows more about this shit than I do.
Well, who doesn't, in fairness? Jamie Noble forgot to jump, and they reminded him, and then forced him right through the table.
Exactly.
Jamie Noble's dead. Maybe Nydia can come revive him.
And now we're going to go from shitty. Remember that?
And they're going to be 3-on-2 here, which feels like something Buff Bagwell charges by the hour for. We're going to see why she got it.
taking the
Jeff Jarrett hit the balsa guitar right over her head.
Wow.
Did you ever play with the balsa guitar? It feels like that would have been something you would have had fun with.
Play with it?
Well, it's a gimmicked, right? And
Right.
so it's balsa wood or
Right.
some similar shit. It feels like you would have been like, I need to take one of those home and smack Chris Schiavone over the fucking head with it.
No, but by God, that would have been a hell of an idea.
I mean, I think that'd be great.
Exactly,
What do you
yeah.
mean you got a C on your report card? Come here, boy. Whack. You better get all A's next time you slap nuts.
At all.
Hypothetically, if you were making a pass at Torrie, what would that sound like?
Torrie Wilson, come here. Come over here, jack me off.
I feel like it'd be like, Torrie Wilson, eating ain't cheating. Come get your cat bath.
If you fuck Billy Kidman, you'll fuck anybody.
My gosh, we are off the rails. Here we go.
About Goldberg being so stiff and so green that you could get hurt in the ring with the shit he was doing. Because the shit he was doing was look real, and the reason it looked real was because a lot of it was real. Yeah.
Well, I mean, is that really like? I guess that's the thing is you're putting over him at the beginning of this program, saying that he was over and he had natural charisma, or did he just fucking hurt people without regard for them? Because the whole idea behind wrestling is to make it look like it hurts, but not actually hurt anybody.
Exactly. He wasn't the first though that did that. I mean, you can't.
But he ended Bret Hart's career.
Okay.
I mean, so Well, if we're gonna, I guess you don't like me to say that. That's just me.
Okay, I don't. So,
but he didn't end your career or kick your fucking head into the third round.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
So now we've got the Natural Born Thrillers out there, and of course Goldberg's going to squash all of them.
Right. Look at this stupid.
Chuck Palumbo's next.
Yeah. The event, right? Is that what we called him back then?
Yes,
The
he
event?
was. Yes.
Right.
Here's above average Mike Sanders.
Yeah.
Above average Mike Sanders went on to do comedy.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, he was a good talker. He really was.
I felt like he was a good promo,
Yeah.
and I thought he had an upside.
Right.
As a mouthpiece.
Right. Now, if I recall from watching this, they had me.
Goldberg has no idea how to do a pump handle slam.
Ugh. Yeah, this is all stiff shit right here.
So we're just hurting people and spitting on them.
Yeah, basically what it is.
He's choking him like he did Evan Courageous now, grabbing his ding ding.
Okay.
And then a spear on Shane Douglas. So Goldberg has just destroyed 98 men.
Yeah. But the fans are buying it, right?
Well, I mean, I think anybody wants to see somebody get beat up for real.
Well, but still, they're still buying it. Okay.
Well, they're buying it because he's beating people up for real.
Yeah. A story, a well-known story for the Atlanta Falcons. There's a 1, 2, 3. Is that when Goldberg played for the Falcons for a short period of time, he would challenge all the Falcon players to wrestle because he loved wrestling, right?
Right.
And he would end up like stretching all of them. And somebody said to Bill Frelick one time, Frelick was a part, I think, of WrestleMania 2. They said, Frelick said, you've wrestled before. Why don't you hop in there with him? Frelick said, that motherfucker's nuts. He'll hurt you.
Right.
So I think that motherfucker's nuts, he'll hurt you, extended to 2002.
Frelick should have smartened up Bret Hart.
Yeah. So tell me I don't know the Bret Hart story.
I'm sure we'll cover it at some point when he kicked his head in the third fucking
I
row.
was handsome back there, wasn't I?
You really were. Look
next to Jeremy Borash, actually.
No wonder you have 19 kids. But a lot of that may have just been you positioned yourself between Mark Madden and Powder.
That's right. Borash looked like shit there. I didn't realize that. Okay.
So the Bill Goldberg book, I'm Next, was coming out, and it was promoted as being high energy, exciting, and a hilarious story of how Goldberg went from unemployed football player to undefeated world champion in just 18 short months. So there you go. What'd you think of the book?
I didn't read the book.
I tried to read it, but I got hurt doing so. Gary Michael, the crowd popped out.
Yes, sir.
And there's Vince Russo with his helmet. Too bad he wasn't wearing that when Cat knocked his fucking head off. It could have helped.
Okay.
So here's Arn Anderson, and he can't help but comment about how she's wet and she looks great.
Exactly. Always in a shitty show, always bring Arn Anderson in to save it with a good promo.
Stacy Keibler here and David Flair are going to be getting married next week on September 11th in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'd like to remind everybody that Ric Flair's son got married to Stacy Keibler on September 11th, 2000, and a year later, on their 1-year anniversary.
That's right.
Coincidence? I think not. John Rocker. Do you remember this?
No, I do not.
You remember what John Rocker said?
No. What he said about, in New York got him.
Yes,
right.
So they tried to go into business for themselves, bro.
Okay.
And challenge him for something on WCW. How much heat would John Rocker have had he appeared at a pay-per-view for you guys here?
Well, he showed up at a couple events for us, but they wouldn't use him.
That feels like the biggest waste in the history. When you've got that much heat, why would you not use that?
He was on a rehab assignment with the Richmond Braves. And we were at the Richmond Coliseum, and we sent a limo to pick him up because Tenay was in the limo to pick him up.
Was there a black driver?
I got news for you. We're doing it way past the wedding.
Are we?
You and I are joined at the hip for a long time.
Thought I was getting out of this.
Okay. Then I'll quit, and you go back to sucking Bruce's dick.
You know, me sucking Bruce's dick got an award. Did you know that? That's podcast of the year. Tony Schiavone has passed away. He's choking on ice. He's spitting everywhere. All right, in the back, we see Big Papa Pump warming up for Tommy Young. Vince Russo's got his helmet on. I'm not sure what the fuck is going on. But Tony's really in trouble, folks. He's about to spill his drink and die. This is happening. when that whole choking thing goes down, as I'm laughing and thinking this is all a joke, he realizes that I think it's a joke, and he makes eye contact with me. So instead of looking forward, he looks over at me, and I look over at him, and I see panic in his eyes, like real panic. And I realized once we locked eyes, oh, this is serious. He's in trouble.
Super ref and friend of the show, Dave Miller.
I'm sitting over there at the bar next to Jay-Z, and Jay-Z's pouring the drinks really strong. So we're over there choking up, trying not to laugh where it could be heard, and Tony choked. I thought he was playing, and then he stood up, and I think I was the first one in the room that kind of took him serious because I jumped up. It was really scary there for a second because I couldn't tell that he was choking. I thought he was having a heart attack.
When Tony almost died, I was on a flight home from the Con Radisson.
What happened when Monday's social media director, Dave Hancock.
Tony almost died, though I heard about it almost in real time. I'm sorry that I wasn't there. I was supposed to be there. That would have been quite the story to tell.
What happened when Monday's artistic director, David Silva.
I was scheduled to be at the Con Radisson that weekend, and unfortunately, because of work, I wasn't able to make it. But I did get to enjoy Tony almost dying, and pretty much a room full of possibly law enforcement, possibly people trained in rescues, just sat there and laughed as America's sweetheart almost dropped to his death.
Amateur model photographer and friend of the show, Jay-Z Flair.
2 words. Cat bath.
Unfortunately, I couldn't be there to help, while lazy-ass Matt Coon sat by.
Tony didn't die. Of course, no help to Matt Coon at all.
Afterwards, Tony left, everyone else went to bed, and Matt had to work on the podcast because it was due in 5 hours. Yeah, I'm glad Tony didn't die. But mostly because Conrad would have probably asked me to write a fucking song.
He lived to tell the tale. Coon sat there and did nothing.
All joking aside, it was crazy for a second. And before Conrad went to sleep, he came up to check on what I was doing, and I played him back the tape of Tony choking. And I wanted to leave it in for comedic purposes, and he wasn't sure. And when I played the sound back to him, the look on his face was a look of concern and a look of worry for his friend. And the truth is, the mood never came back to that room. And Tony was fine. And he's going to be around for a long time. Well, he says 10 years. So he's going to be around at least 10 years.